Yo, I'm still trying to get this thing right, and it's like starting already. Okay. I'm guessing Spirit is hype. Spirit, like, is just ready to get going. Okay. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna trust this. Let's go, gang. Let's go. I'm just gonna leave everything as it is. Um, oh, yes. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Daily Spread over here at Roots Holistic, man. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're keeping swell, yeah? I hope you're keeping swell. Let me just put my phone down, and then we can begin. We can begin. So, as always, greetings, Soul Tribe. Thank you for being the vibe. Um, it's your host doing the most, G3E, the one and only. Welcome to another episode of the Daily Spread, where we take the journey within, and on this path we are led, yeah? Oh, I just got a notification, and it's saying goal achieved. Guys, somebody's achieved a very important goal. Oh, wow. Thank you, Gaia. Okay, but I want to give this a proper shuffle, man. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. These cards just want to come out. I mean, the reading starts by itself. The cards are just popping. But it's all good. It's all good. Let's just go with it. Let's just go with it. I'm just going to trust this energy. This energy feels like it really wants to just go, man. I mean, even during setup time, it's like, hey, let's just go in over here. And at the back of the deck, we've got change. Let me just put these down over here. Haven't used this deck in a long time, actually. And yeah, I was just led. I was just called to this deck. And, there's so many things I want to say about this. But um, just before I started, I was getting this download about it's like the song that I heard from Jedi Mind Tricks, I think it's called. But one of the lyrics goes, "Observe how I serve." No, 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 something like that. But I think there's something very important in that. Observe how I serve. We are observing spirit being able to serve us, but then we are also needing to observe how we serve, others, ourselves. So I think, in observation, we get to analyze, we get to witness, we get to experience, we get to learn, and, like disseminate this information and actually see what's happening, what's popping. So yeah, I'm not sure where that's going to come into the reading, but it might just be a holistic message for whoever needs to hear it. As I was going through my angel number book as well, don't mind it like looking all fun. It's got some character. But one of the messages that I landed up on is this here, number 160. God is as loud as your willingness to listen. Do everything you can to listen deeply. So, I think that's so powerful, and it caught me, like, I think at a good time because, I was in a moment of silence. I'm even remembering how I was speaking to that verse, or that start of the verse that I like from Russ, where Russ is in that song Adventure, and he says, in his silence, he was able to hear the guidance. So, just moving on beyond that, I must just say, in my own experience, I've always found that, in silence, I'm able to enjoy myself in my connection with spirit in that time that we get to share together. I feel like I butchered the intro for some reason. So let me just, reel that back one time. So again, greetings, Soul Tribe. Thank you for being the vibe. It's your host doing the most, G3E, the one and only. Welcome to another episode of the Daily Spread, where we take the journey within, and on this path we are led. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels, guardians, ancestors, all beings and forces wishing us well. May this reading be swell, and in the highest vibration of love we dwell. Wow. So yeah, like I was saying, I haven't used this deck guidebook in a while, but the reason why I brought it out is because I feel like we're going through an activation right now, and as you can see, it does say activations in big text over there, and it's speaking to the sacred geometry. these shapes are different frequencies. You know, it's information. I love to have like the flower of life on here. But as you can see, all of these cards have different shapes on them. And they speak to, you know, the colors with the chakras as well. But I also think it's, you know, it's alignment again. You know, it's speaking to how things come together. And yeah, I just want to tippy tap in, you know, tune in. Let's see what we got going for us. I do want to add some of these crystals as well to see, you know, with each of these energies, what crystals can we like tap into to help us like, you know, ground this energy and ultimately have it working for us. So yeah, you know, just opening up that psychic channel or psyched up. Okay, you know, of course, hey, you know what they're telling me? It's the psyche. So look, here we go again with love, health, wealth, or you know, you want to think of it like actually they correcting me right now. It's actually mind, body, spirit. You know, we're looking at the holistic self. You know, let's actually confirm that, huh? Is this gonna be mind, body, spirit, spirit? Hey, spirit, what you saying? Mind, body, and spirit. Yes, I'm getting a positive on my pendulum right there. So we're gonna take Gaia as the mind, conception as body, and we're gonna take universal love for the spirit. Wow, I'm being led to start over here actually. You know, it's so interesting. Oh, okay, spirit's like bringing the connection through. The last reading I did here at the table, we were looking at love, health, and wealth. And one of those positions, which was the love position, had universal love. And I was thinking about the sign of the heart, you know, about how a heart doesn't look like this or like this, but that's the universal sign of love. And I think, you know, with us thinking about this being mind, body, and spirit, spirit is at a place of telling us, you know, our soul, like, yo, we are love. We are universal love. Love to give, love to receive. Love is all around us. It's actually coming through as like a union, you know, it's like two families coming together. Right now, I'm getting like, in my mind's eye, I'm seeing the Four of Wands, but I'm seeing two fours, like one Four of Wands coming together with another Four of Wands. And it's like two families, two homes are coming together within your spirit team. It's like your masculine and your feminine, which I also have represented here with the Boji stones. But you know, I'm actually looking at this as like some kind of integration as well. As we look at the image, let me just bring it a bit closer so you can pop and see this thing over here. I just scratched the back of my head, and that's just telling me that there's like something to do with like the third eye as well as the crown chakra. I think spirit is like dropping in some enlightenment for us right now. You know, it's crazy. As I was looking at this, I was thinking about like Pokemon and like different Pokeballs. It's like, you know, there's those Pokemons like Eevee who have that transformation that's like every element, every type, right, of Pokemon. And I'm just looking at how like all of these are like leading to the middle, right? And then there's like this flower that's blooming and blossoming. So it's like with every element coming in, you know, like even with fire, earth, air, water, ether, you know, metal, wood, however you want to look at it. I'm even thinking like avatar mode right now. But with all the elements coming together, look at this beautiful integration that's taking place. I mean, even at the background there, I'm seeing, you know, the flower of life there. And it's like, yo, man, we are at a place where we have evolved, you know, with that Pokemon reference all over again. But then I also think it's speaking to how in whichever direction that we go in, we are going to experience love, because love is everything. We are love as well. I think the whole point of us, you know, even being spirits here on this earth, having this human experience, is to remember that we are love, is to remember how powerful love is. And the moment we begin to love ourselves, we just unlock, you know, rest in peace to AKA, but you know, what are you known as? You know, we all have names. We all can define ourselves as different things, but without the title, without the naming conventions, the roles and things that we define ourselves by, at the very core, at the very essence, I believe we are all love. We are all powerful. We are all of source. We are all of the true essence. You know, we are soul. We are soul. We are spirit. And what it says here, the frequency of universal love activates, yes, the connection we feel to each other, our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. This is coming through as a remembrance that, you know what, we are love and we are connected to everything. And the moment we realize that, We no longer have a point to prove. We live from what is true to us, and we understand that we are here to not only give love, to receive love, but to embody love in everything that we do. Like every action, every place, every space, every experience. Like, yo, man, Spirit's got me going right now. I feel like I'm rambling, but it feels like there's just so much to say. There's so much love that the universe just wants to give us. And it's like, it's coming through with that action, man. It's coming through with that action. Wow, just so much love, Just even looking at the colors. We're getting the green there with the heart chakra, and it's like you see all of that green is surrounding what's happening over there. It's like we needed to get rooted and grounded first, and then heed the signs and the messages, and then it became integrated within us. And then within us, we realized that this security that we were looking for outside was really from within. This love we were looking for outside was really from within, but we needed to put it into work. We needed to put it into action. That's just what's coming through there with me thinking about it from like a chakra point of view. So that would be root chakra, heart chakra, sacral chakra, and the solar plexus as well. I mean, I'm also getting that this looks like the sun, gang. Oh wow. Okay, Spirit's saying stop right here. Amazonite. Ooh, let's see. This is what an Amazonite looks like. Well, one of them. I think it looks very different. Nice light blue color over there. It's really cool. It says Amazonite. Amazonite is a brilliant blue-green mineral named after South America's famed river. The best Amazonite comes from Colorado. Who needs it? Teeth grinders, anyone struggling with Mercury retrograde. It's so crazy. Like, yo, man, us, me, you, the collective, we all need this, right? I'm thinking about not just grinding our teeth, but it's like, we're always on the grind, we're always moving. And do we actually give ourselves a chance to remember that we are loved, to connect to spirit, So you might actually be a person who grinds your teeth. I'm thinking about myself as well. I was actually born during multiple retrogrades, if I looked at my birth chart. But I think also in the, spiritual community, they always be speaking about Mercury going into retrograde and stuff. And, just like things go awry, things are wonky, or let's just say there's a lot of energy up in the air. I'm getting this itch right now, and it's like, ooh, we itching to move, we itching to take action, we itching to move from one place to the next. I think there's something about our feminine energies that are, taking a step forward, taking a step to ultimately like heal and uplift the masculine. That's something that's coming through right now. But yeah, let's see where to put it. Place Amazonite below the throat. Relax your jaw and ask for the courage to speak your truth. Ooh wee. And look at all the blue in here, this is actually coming through as like love is a language as well. It's like, wow, man, we have to come forward in love. We have to speak love. We have to be love. And, it even makes us question, like, what are our love languages? From this masculine side energy now coming through, it's like, hey, let's balance this out. You give a feminine message, you want to give a masculine message as well. It's like how, in society, we get this idea or this notion that, like, the man always has to be the one who initiates courtship and, like, wants to to throw out some beans, like spit some game over there and like try to get the woman. But then it's also coming through as like, you're only gonna like cast the net. Yes, that's what was coming through. It's like a fisher. You're fishing in the sea, and as we know, the saying goes, there's many fish in the sea. I mean, we're talking about the Amazonite River. I mean, there must be so many fish in this river because it's flowing, right? But anyways, guys, this energy is a lot. But it's like, yeah, as we cast out into the sea, we are hoping to catch like the best fish. And it's like that casting, whatever it is that you use, I'm even thinking about the power of the tongue and how we speak. Whatever we cast is ultimately going to be like, be attracted back to us. It's like us even being like magicians. What do we cast? What is it that we are speaking? Are we speaking love? Are we speaking greatness? Are we speaking upliftment into ourselves, into how we think, how we talk to ourselves, and all the things that we do? I was also getting another sensation here on my arm about how I'm thinking about strength. And to love is such a powerful act, you know, to know that you are giving selflessly. I'm even getting something about unconditional love right now. And how, you know, sometimes people will say, you know, I'm even feeling something on my head right now. Goodness, guys, the clairsentient is coming through today. Wow. All these feelings, all these sensations. It's like how, you know, they'll say love is blind because, you know, you'll do things that take you out of your mind. You think it's love, it's truly not. Ooh, that song by Eve. Yo, I haven't heard that in a while. But it's like, yeah, man, love can get us to do things that are out of our minds because we are not acting from the mind, we're acting from the heart. And didn't this message just say we need to pour from the heart? Or where was that actually? Okay, there's something about pouring from the heart, man. Okay, I don't know where that is, but you know, we can rewind and always revisit this video. And I think that that's beautiful, you know, to rewind is to like relook, to retake, to analyze, like again, where are we in the universal love? Where are we not? And how do we get back into realignment? Does it feel good? You know, that's the only question we need to ask ourselves ultimately. So let's see, when to use Amazonite. When your inner child wants to real talk with you, let's get real, man. Ask yourself what little you really want from life. Does it sound like what current you would want if you could just let yourself want it? Perfect. Wow. 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 Yo, man, we need to, lift the veil. We need to minimize the restrictions we place upon ourselves, right? Because love is, again, it's like I was just saying now, it's not in the mind, it's a feeling. You're just going with the feeling. You're not overthinking it, you're not questioning it, and you are just going to where the feeling takes you. You're going where your heart is leading you. You know, you're living from the heart. You're letting love lead. Wow. So powerful, so amazing. I love this. And then lastly, it says, now say it loud for the whole universe to hear and go make it happen. Whoa, beautiful synchronicity. The whole universe, universal love. Cooking up the drip. Oh, I love that. Oh, here's the message. Speak from your heart. Universal love, speak from your heart. You know, the whole universe is gonna go in here and, you know, making this thing happen. It's like, you know what, we don't even need to make love happen. It's already there. You know, it's in the atmosphere, it's all around us. And it's just a matter of us being loud about it, you know, because when we live from our heart, it's gonna be truly evident, apparent, and evident. Like it's showing up, it's showing out. You know, I'm just getting evidence being so like loud word right now. It's like it's evident. You know, you can see this thing, you can catalog this thing. I'm even thinking about, you know, being in like in court, you know, where the evidence is ultimately what leads to the judgment or the decision being made. And if we are looking at our relationship with spirit and we know that there's love, we have unlocked, man. We have, you know, I'm thinking about that, you and I. It's this relationship, it's this co-creation, you know. I'm even thinking about how, as I start the readings, I'm always saying thank you, God, angels, and ancestors for, you know, being with us. They are ultimately our collaborators, our cohorts, you know, our co-manifestors. It's, you know, it's cool, man. It's working together. It's like it's a union, you know. And there we go, everything coming together. And you know, what's out of us is within us. As within, so without. As above, so below. It's like there's so much. There's enough for everyone. You know, we can all eat. The truth is, we're not going to eat at the same table, but we can all eat. You know, we can all eat, man. There's enough for everybody. There's enough for everybody. Wow. Wow. That's super, super duper powerful. I love that. Today I'm sipping on some green tea. You know who we be. And this green tea's got a bit of lemon in it, you know, got a bit of citrus. Okay, let's see. Okay, Spirit's saying this one's right on top. Okay, we're gonna pull it out. Gonna get the moonstone. Okay, you're telling me I shuffled enough. All right, bet, gang, bet. I'm gonna trust you. Let's see what we got there. Aquamarine. This looks like peridot. Is it? Oh, it's moldavite. Wow, this is actually like a very popular crystal, I know. When was it? Last year or the year before? Well, around the time of what's this thing that we all went through, man? This recent epidemic, the Corizi. Oh, I'm even thinking about this. What's that show, The River with Cole Breezy? Hey, man, rest in peace, man. That's like what Prisley Chonyachai. Yeah, man. Wow, that's crazy. And even with me thinking about conception, like who knew that an idea of just telling a South African story would win? Is it what, an Emmy? Nah, I think it's an Emmy. Yeah, he won an Emmy, but it's like mind body. Whatever we conceive. Oh wow. Okay, now whoa. Spirit's coming through with some other things right now. But again, that Tsotsi reference, I think there's something about that. Um, wow. Okay. Hmm. It's man, it's coming through as like, in my mind's eye, I'm seeing the Empress card. And I'm thinking about how, before I even read all of these words here, I'm thinking about how um we come together as our masculine and feminine to co-create, right? We're coming off of that co-creation. So maybe that's why Spirit also wants us to go back, because it's like, this universal love, it's something that's all around us, and then we're going back to Gaia because we're going to ground this thing, and all that's happening is change. So man, there's so much is coming through right now. Okay, let's ground this energy real quick. Okay, so yes, with the conception and this Empress energy that I'm feeling right now, it's like, it's so much beauty. It's speaking to an incubation state. It's like how a baby takes 9 months, and what's coming through right now is that there are changes that are occurring in our bodies that we don't see. It's like changes that are happening even at like a cellular level. We don't even see these things. Like our mitochondria are changing, the structures of ourselves and our cells, both things are happening at the same time. I'm thinking about that as well. And don't these look like cells as well? And it looks like, what's that process of like cell splitting? I think it's called fission. But yeah, that's coming through right now. But there is a change that's happening within us because of these downloads. It's like, because we took this love and we took it within ourselves, even our cells got rejuvenated within their powerhouses, within this mitochondria. And it's like there's this cell membrane that was like breaking apart, because even as I look at how these are structured, it's like you see there's like circles behind these bigger circles, or circles on top of these circles. So it's coming through as like, again, a separation, a division, but it's only leading to expansion, more co-creation, more love, more efficiency, because there was some kind of a deficiency. So I think I'm speaking to someone right now who might have had like some kind of disease, like maybe you're deficient in like maybe white blood cells, you had something to do with like bones or teeth, with me also thinking back to the teeth grinding here, like, the strength of that. And, if you are going through something like that, definitely get an appetite bracelet. This does help with your bones and your teeth. Interestingly, it's all connecting right now. Wow, goodness gracious. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like, you maybe might have like an iron deficiency. You might have deficient in, let's say, vitamin D. Go out, get some sunlight. But just check your vitamins, your minerals. But it's coming through as like, because of all the work that you've done, now there's this conception, there's this new thing that's happening inside of your cells, inside of your body, that's actually now going to start within, and it's in this incubation chamber. And what's happening inside of you at this cellular level is actually going to now reflect outside of you, like over time, of course. So it looks like, yeah, you are just like, in that vision that I'm getting, it's like a woman who's holding her tummy. And as much as it takes like 9 months for the baby to grow, you are also going to go through a certain period of time that's actually also going to help you move and like go from one thing to the next. Right now, I'm getting something about the number 3. I'm also getting something about the number 7, if I add just 1 and 6 and 7 as well. So I'm thinking maybe 3 to 7 weeks, days, months, hours. There's something about that as well. I'm also getting something about shoulders. It might be on your left shoulder in particular. Just check out your shoulder. I think you might have like maybe pulled a muscle or something to that effect, but it's just making you aware that like if there's also any things that you've been carrying or burdens, kind of ease the load. Like let's say you carrying bags, and then you carry a bag, let's say over your left shoulder, then from time to time you want to carry it over your right shoulder. So that's kind of just gonna like ease like the tension as well if you are maybe feeling a pain. I'm also getting something about going to a spa or like resting some more. But then with that balancing of like maybe left shoulder to right shoulder, it's again coming into balance. And with this card being in the middle, it's like being the connection between the mind and the spirit. It's like for this human experience to continue, your body needs to be in a certain good state, right? But whatever it is that you're thinking about, it looks like you are in a very good space to achieve it, to manifest it. And then it's like conception. It's like, what is it that you're trying to conceive over here? Wow. I'm also getting something again about cells and membranes. I'm thinking you're quite fertile perhaps at this time. Yeah, quite interesting how that's coming through there. But it says here, the frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin. Ooh, we're going back to source. The place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite and potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. Wow. Just as I was reading this, I realized that I was quite tense in my tummy. And I'm realizing that it actually has to do with the solar plexus energy. And, we're speaking about, being in the sun, getting some vitamin D. I'm also looking at my green tea. It's like it's yellow. And we're thinking about the lemon, which is citrusy as well. It's like, yo, man, where's the seed? I'm thinking about how it looks on the inside. From those seeds, something beautiful is grown, sprouted, I'm even getting something, the boys got a rhyme, but from sprouted, I was getting doubted already. It's like you plant a seed and you don't know, is it the right season? Has it, got enough water? Has it got enough sun? Is it in the right soil? Have you planted your seeds in the right place? But then that's why we need to go back to the origin, back to the source. Because when we remember that we are love, that we are of God, then we know that we can create anything, because we too are creators. And we create our lives. We get to choose the characters that we are. If this is like a game, if you want to think about it like that, or if it's like a movie, then you are the character and the director and the script writer, the screenplay, you the whole thing. And again, I'm even just thinking about how that message came through about how God is as loud as we're willing to listen. I'm getting something on my right ear now that sometimes, we are led by our egos. We move so much in accordance with maybe a point to prove, trying to always stand firm, stand strong, try to be, in our viril, try to prove a point. Whereas, if we think about source and our origin, I mean, we come from females, most people, there's so many ways to conceive these days, but we are from the feminine. And it's like the feminine is now inviting us to, be a little bit more softer, to realize that, love doesn't always have to be hard. It doesn't have to be tough love. And then we can take a softer approach in our ability to love. And that we don't always have to act from ego all the time, but ego can be there to protect us, to serve us, to actually, show us when we need to temper ourselves. I'm even seeing the temperance card right now. And again, I'm getting another sensation in my left leg. And, again, now here in my finger on my right hand, it's like, when you're walking, it's like how, you have your right hand forward, but it's actually your left leg. So it's actually like you're moving in tandem, you're moving in balance. So that's actually how it's coming through right now, is that even as maybe you thinking about operating from your ego or like, you know, that masculine side of you, remember that you have the feminine to support. And also when, you know, you're moving forward as your feminine, you have the strength of the masculine as well. This is coming through as a great union, you know, divine masculine, divine feminine. It's like two guides just came to speak up and like hold hands, you know. I'm even seeing that as like, if, you know, I'm thinking about the rule of three, and again, that's why the number three is coming through. It's like, if you are this full being, that's why we have these two circles coming in, and then there's like this download, this integration that brings that little circle that's above the other circles. And just below that, just underneath that, you know, I'm seeing all these other circles. So it's like something is being sprouted, or something is being revealed, or like rising to the surface. Again, I'm getting something about being fertile. Guys, if you're planning on having a child, a baby, you might even have a project, a business idea, something that you've been thinking to bring into fruition, you know, an idea, whatever your conception. I'm even thinking about inception, you know, whatever it is that you want to plant into, you know, like into being, into somebody's brain, into somebody's dream. Ooh, it's coming through also now about like how you might have actually been getting a lot of dreams and downloads about things that you need to do. Definitely journal some more, write things down some more. You are going to get some messages and signs about the things that you need to create, the energies that you need to align with. But then it's all coming together. It's all coming together. I'm also seeing how if you are by yourself, you're going to meet other people that are going to help you achieve and manifest this thing. I'm also seeing balance in the sense of like the people that you're coming across with. So it's like, even let's say that this is you as like the masculine or the feminine, or here masculine or feminine. As we were saying, there's like two guides, you know, both masculine and feminine coming together. If you, let's say you are the man, you're gonna meet a woman who's gonna like balance you out, or vice versa. But then this could also be a balancing occurring within ourselves, just like in the example I was giving now about walking, you know, being in your masculine and your feminine at the same time. So, you know, things are coming full circle. It's a joining, it's a adjoining. That's very, very powerful. Wow. Wow. Interesting messages that we have here for the body, man. For the body, for the vessel. And then what do we have? Moonstone. So here we have a picture of a moonstone. Hey man, I hope these things are coming through nicely on the camera, but as always, we trust. It's a must. Yeah, and the lust we need to bust, guys. You know what? You know, I'm even thinking lust is a bust. It's like anything that you were pursuing in the body that was not of true love. You know, it's like, you know, there's that comparison of love or lust. It's like there's this evaluation about how we are now able to identify the things that the body lusts for versus what the body will love. So I'm also, you know, thinking about how I'll use myself as the example, how I've changed my diet. You know, it's like more plant-based diet now. And my body loves fruits and vegetables, but then it will lust for sugar, you know, and it's a change. It's a rearrange, you know, of how my body gets that fruit, you know, where it was maybe coming through as a glucose, now it comes through as a fructose. So it's like a switcheroo, you know, it's like a change up over there from lust to love, but then again it's a bust. So it's like calling bullshit ultimately. And you know, was I not getting a an analogy about being in court as well, you know, things being under evaluation? So somebody's busted, we've been caught out, you know, the system tried to trick us, tried to get our bodies into this certain mode that the matrix deserves or wants us to be in, but now we like breaking out of that. And you know, there we are, you know, connecting back again, the cells breaking apart, because now we're breaking apart into smaller little pieces that are more powerful, more stronger. I'm even getting something about the 144,000 right now. Yo, these messages are coming through today. Wow, this is insane, man. This is the conception. But this tea is also busting, you know, busting, you know, how beautiful how it is, how we transmute and we change words and lingo and slang. And, you know, we let it hang, gang. What's good, tribe? I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Tell me what you're doing, you know. Drop your favorite emoji there in the chat. I don't know, man. Just like... Let's spread love, man. Comment, like, subscribe. Just share this with somebody who needs to hear it, because we going in. We're going in. Anyway, so... Moonstone, what it is: a shimmering protective talisman for travelers since way back. Moonstone is a dreamy white to peach-hued feldspar mineral for gazers of sky and soul. Wow, that's beautiful. I'm thinking about how it's showing like travelers way back, and I have my way shower over here. That's even making me think about like way back, like Celtic, Aztec, like way back in the day. I mean, we could even go as far as like Palladian, like Numerian. There's so many Atlantean. Wow. I mean, how far back do you want to go, bro? Like, we could go all the way back. I mean, if we stargazers of the sky, we are also like the star seeds. When we look at the moon and the stars, it's like we actually looking at home. We're looking at our home. So it's like even with the 4-4, it's like the home outside and the home inside have finally come back together. Wow. Okay, so who needs it? All you earth goddesses and gods out there, and the people you keep around who need to work on their empathy, patience, and intuition. Oh, look at that. 3. Interesting. Interesting. This is powerful. I'm also thinking if you're trying to work on your intuition, another good one would be the selenite as well. That's like a very grounding stone, especially when, trying to communicate with spirit. So definitely go for that if you're thinking about this. It says where to put a moonstone is on your bedside table, in your overnight bag with your passport and eye mask. Wow, you know what? This is giving me astral travel because, passport is in, the travel, but also with the eye mask, it's like you are going to close your eyes, but actually go on the journey within, which is what we do here on Roots Holistic. Hey, we clocking that ting, bro. What we doing? But yeah, with the eye mask, I'm also thinking about opening your eyes, opening your third eye as well. Just decalcify that third eye. If you need to, definitely look for like a third eye meditation. And I've been getting into like guided meditations recently because they really help with like, settling the energy and giving you some kind of way path, like traveling, right? So I think that's very powerful. I'm also thinking about how this Latoya Okia, who I watch on YouTube, she likes to say, put on your spiritual eyeglasses or spiritual sunglasses. And it's like you are going to observe things from your spiritual eye. And when you're observing things from the spiritual eye, what it is that we remember, we are from source, we are of source, we are the origin. You know what I mean? Ooh, aura and jinn. Your aura is like alcohol to people. Wow. I'm getting that, this love that's within is actually going to be love that's outside. And it's like whoever you are, your aura is infectious. People can feel you. They get intoxicated by you and your presence. That is so crazy. Wow. My nose is getting itchy and it's like, we're sniffing this thing out. I'm also getting now with the 4-4. If we add that, that's 8, and that's manifestation. So it's like you've created this opportunity. Ooh, and look at that. Doesn't this look like an hourglass? And the number 8 as well, kind of dividing into more. So this is like more manifestations, more creations. Wow. Yo, spirit's coming through with the sauce today. Sprinkle some of that all over here, man. That's power. This reading, I feel like, it definitely needs that rewind, recap. Wow. There's a lot going on here. But when to use it? Under a new moon, use it to set intentions that align with your purest, life-affirming, inner child nurturing calling. Under a full moon, moonstone belongs in the bedroom or wherever you get down. Let's get down, let's get down, let's get down. Ooh, that's reminding me of that song like back in the 90s, Damn. Is it like Motel Jordan or something? Or Montel Jordan? I think that's his name. But I'm just seeing somebody with like a Jerry curl kind of hairstyle right now with some black shades and doing like this kind of a dance, with like a silky shirt. And it's like, got the second buttons at the top unbuttoned, and it's like, let's get down. You know what? I don't even know where these visions are coming from, but you know what? I'm just trusting, gang. I'm just trusting. And if that's for sure, confirm for me in the comments, gang. What it do, tribe? You the vibe? But yeah, let's get down. Where we getting down, man? We in our bedrooms, right? I think, ooh, this is crazy. Someone here is actually connecting with their partner in their dreams. And it's like you guys are actually attuned to the moon as well. So it's like, doing moon rituals and like, your moon ceremonies, like on a new moon, on a full moon. There's something about, you and your partner being prepared or being like cultivated, being taken through the fire, ultimately. And it's like you guys are going to come to each other as complete beings. Again, it's like if you're thinking about this within a personal mode, it's like there's a part of your masculine that has been worked, there's a part of your feminine that has been worked, and they are now like integrating and coming together. Whoa, man, this card, guys, like, what's going on? There's so many messages coming through today. Wow. Wow. Wow, I'm so glad I put on these candles, man. I'm so glad I put on these candles. And Pinky, if you're watching this, thank you for giving me that message, because wow, man. Wow. This is insane. It feels like, just to give you more context on what's happening, right? I'm also thinking about this in the sense of guides, like your masculine guides and your feminine guides, from your maternal and your paternal, can come together and actually work in unison. And I think that's what's happening with me right now. And I think, with me even saying this is what I'm being led to share. And, I was advised like, yo, turn on 2 white candles. So, as much as I'm sharing this, for me, I think whoever's listening to this, whoever might listen to it, this is a timeless reading for the collective. Turn on 2 white candles. Turn it on, And for me to say even that word, turn on, it's like it's a switch. It's already there. They're just waiting for you. This love is already here. There's enough for everyone. It's just waiting for you to ground this energy. Bring it back down to earth, connect to Gaia. Spend some time in nature. And nature, I'm also getting nurture. So they are here to like, uphold you, uplift you, like cradle you. Okay, they saying let's go, like let's go, gang. Wow, this is so dope, man. This is so dope, like powerful as well. Powerful. Okay, they're saying read first. Okay, cool. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another. Guys, were we not just saying that? Just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. And we were talking about conception and creation. Okay. Spirit's like, no wonder we just had to read this thing, because this is the confirmation, gang. Woo! And look at all of these colors, and the yellow and the red. It's like all the chakras just came through together, and it's like now here's the integration. What was being unearthed, what was being integrated, is being nurtured right now. It's being put into position. I'm even seeing that hexagonal symbol over there, and I'm even getting a vision of Metatron's cube right now. That's also another sacred geometry. And it actually is Metatron's cube in the background here. If you like, look at it in the layers that it's in. Ooh, this is like so many layers of like, different seasons, different levels that you've accomplished. It's like even going through like spiritual ranking, or like, it's like, if the best way I can describe it is like in school, like with different grades, different experiences, different tests, different outcomes, but you have like passed so many tests, you have gone through so many trials, and now you're at the point of like, you stacked up, it's like a whole stack of books. I know, it's like, it's like you took these steps, and I mean, just look at the back of the deck. I mean, it's stacked up on all those cards over there, and it's like things are now starting to add up. All the lessons that you got from, your teacher in this place, let's say in primary school, your teacher in high school, you took those 2 lessons and you brought them together. You alchemized these things. And what were we saying? Mind, body, spirit. And it's crazy how like, Gaia is like happening in the mind. And it's like I'm seeing a forest in the mind. I'm also seeing, like, Amazon in the mind, like the jungle, with the Amazonite as well. I'm actually looking at it like, you've explored different parts of your mind. You have, it's so crazy. I'm getting completion right now, mastery as well. 2 and 8 making the 10. Earlier on, I was speaking about 7 and 3, and that making I was about to say 11, but that's making 10 again. And then, if we reduce it further, it's 1 and 1. So if it's like this is 7, this is 1, and then we added this to 8, that makes 10 all over again. Guys. And it all goes back to 1. It always goes, oh man, it all goes back to source. It all goes back to alignment. That is the assignment, gang. Thank you for the support, team. Thank you for the support. And that's what we do. That's the change. 1 and 2 is 3. Me, you, and us. The masculine, the feminine, guides, and ourselves. We coming together. It's the great trifecta. It's the intersect. It's the triangles, the holistic self, mind, body, spirit. Wow, all these synchronicities, man. What do you do, gang, gang? Thank you so much. 333. You're reminding me of my tattoo over here. Wow, man. We guys. What did we say at the beginning? Is Spirit asking me right now? We said we are only as loud as you are willing to listen. And because you are listening, you're going to hear it all. You are going to get it all. Wow. Wow. Feels like this reading was a long time coming. Long time coming, but it's so powerful. Thank you for the confirmation. In fact, I want to read it again one more time. Pindamzala. Hey. Pinda food. Hey, how do you say repeat again in Afrikaans? Yeah, I'm gonna remember this, and I know it. Hey, you know what? This is reminding me of the other reading I did where I remember the word. I remember the word late, and it's like, bruh, gee, you know this, you're forgetting, but it's cool. It's a remembrance, right? Because we're in the jungle of this mind. It's like, whoa, gang, go through the trees, go through the palms, go through the peaks, the troughs, and because you've been through this jungle, you've gained survival skills. You know that things start in the mind. You also understand that it's where cultivation takes place, where conception takes place, because whatever you plant into your mind as a vessel, as a thought, it manifests, it grows, it becomes something. So if you thinking of your mind as a whole world, as a whole jungle, what kind of trees do you have? What kind of wildlife do you have? I'm getting a lot of creation energy right now. And if you think about how big the world is, I mean, imagine that. The universe outside, the universe inside. You have the whole world in your mind. That is, oh man, the expanse, the opportunity, the capability, the ability. And it's like putting it to action. But then we are being supported. We're being put on these levels. We're stacking it up with all these lessons, these opportunities. And as we know, new levels, new devils, we're going to still experience. We're still going to learn. And this is an invitation to remain studious and observe our mind. There's a difference between our thoughts and our thinking. And as soon as we can discern, very important to discern. They're telling me to stop on that, like put boundaries to things. I mean, just even looking at all of these cards having a border, you're going to stop the nonsense. I'm even thinking about a pacifier where we need to silence the voices in our heads that are not positive, that are not grounding, that are not earthing us, that are not allowing us to be. I mean, this card just keeps popping out of my hand, and it's like, whoa, man. There's something about this. There's something about this card wanting to leave my hand all the time. I'm thinking there's something about grounding as well. Gaia being earth. It's like, do you feel safe in your mind? Is your mind grounded? Are you having grounded thoughts? Or is your head all up in the air? Are you floating? Are you, doing all of these crazy different things right now? You know, this hit on my two crystals. It hit on the citrine. It also hit on the Afghanite as well. So yeah, there's maybe something about that as well. You know, the blue and the yellows, the blue and the yellows as well. So you know, I'm getting something about you know, the third eye, the throat, as well as, you know, what is it? What's yellow? Is it sacral or is it solar plexus? I'm getting sacral. Yeah, solar plexus is orange, right? Or is it the other way around? Oh, okay. But either way, we do have some orange over here. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. In fact, if anything, let's clear all the chakras. I mean, you know, if you're thinking about that, definitely some kyanite. Wow, this reading just turned into like a crystal lesson also in a sense. And we still got 2 more to go. Like, what's up? What's up, Spirit? But again, ooh, Spirit's coming through. Hey. Crystals are like the babies of the earth. You know, if the earth had children, created something, it created crystals. I'm also getting like how mushrooms are the pimples of the earth. And I was speaking about also how, you know, I'm like on a plant-based diet. You know, I'm seeing the green over here as well as here and over here. There's like greenery everywhere. You know, you might even consider getting like a jade or a malachite as well. You know, they're just all coming through. I was thinking about peridot earlier on, and then there's moldavite. And I mean, look at the greens here. There's like aquamarine, there's this moldavite, and they're also green. Like everything has green. I mean, I've even got the moss here, you know, the moss agate. There's so much green. Wow. You know, if you are seeing green, that means seeing greener pastures. So again, this is all in the mind. Wow. But again, it's like with me saying all of the seeing green and, you know, taking it back to the mushroom, it's like the earth will produce so many things like vegetables, fruits, sprouts, fungus, like, yo, germs, bacteria, it's all here. It even produces crystals. But all of these things are frequencies, you know, to help us like tap in, to tune in. I mean, with even me having the crystal bracelets on, these are now energies that I'm just like, you know, embodying just by having it there. You know, colors are frequencies. And, you know, I'm just thinking now, there's something about us tapping into the earth and actually balancing our mind. We are going to need to get like crystals that help us balance those chakras that I was mentioning, which would be the third eye, the throat chakra, as well as the sacral, as well as the solar plexus. You know, so I'm even thinking about like how sunstone helps with you know, with it being brown and like, you know, kind of orangey as well with the sacral, that type of a and energies now, you know, helping with that. And then also with these over here, you know, there's a tiger's eye and a bullseye. So there we go with the reds as well. So I mean, the ones that I have on are like very much, you know, lower chakra energies, and that's, you know, to help me stay grounded, stay rooted. But all these others around here, you know, are now elevating the vibe. So it's like I'm out here grounding this energy because all of these are like high vibe, you know what I mean? And then there we go with the blues, you know, with the apatite and the kyanite, you know, all the chakras are being clear. And it's so interesting also if you think about it from like the left and the right. So it's like the feminine side is like receiving and the masculine side is embodying these things. And there we go with the copper as well. I mean, the copper is just helping, you know, ground the energy. This is also an earth metal, you know what I mean? Which is within Gaia, within the earth. And I mean, it's also produced naturally, right? So, whoa, Gaia. Mother Earth, you provide so much. Thank you for housing us, for carrying us, for keeping us grounded, you know, the gravity, gang. Like, wow. Whoa. Guys, going back to our minds, do we have the very same thing in our minds? What is our mind producing? What is the crystal of your mind? What is the fungus of your mind? What is the fruit of your mind? What is the vegetable, the herb, the fragrance, oh my goodness, something about smell right now, the odor, the scent of your mind. I think, you know, all the senses are being engaged, and as we know, the things that we sense are like chemical releases in our mind. So it's almost like in this forest that we have, in this Amazon jungle that we have, you know, with all the layers as well, it's like different lessons or different experiences, different senses are engaged at different points in time so that we can actually unlock whatever it is that we need to understand or embody or like respond, react, proact, proactively. I know I'm even being reminded about how I was getting something about like downloads and, journaling and messages, insights, also about the dreams, the things, where the magic happens, you and your partner, you and your spirit team, you within yourself as well. Whoa, this is heavy, heavy, heavy integration. And again, just consider the seasons and the cycles. I think it's also a reminder, a call to be kind to ourselves, because when one part of the world is in winter, the other part is in summer. And I'm also getting something about left brain, right brain. It's like your masculine could be going through something, but the feminine could be going through something else. But then it's that cohesion, it's that unity that helps them like balance each other out. Wow. Celestite. Look at that. Oh, I love this. I actually absolutely love this. That's a really nice celestite, actually. It's so nice how, like, some crystals you see, they just look like rocks. They look like normal stones. But once you go within, you unearth, Ooh, were we not speaking about something being unearthed earlier on? And that, oh, goodness gracious. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. You were like ushering in this message about the crystals, huh? About us embodying these energies, about the things in the earth coming to the surface, about these cells coming together. Because even how crystals form, how diamonds form, it's like all the carbon, it's like packing up. It's like even how like sugar is, it's like the crystalline structures and things like that. Things are coming into structure, gang. Wow. This reading is beautiful. Whoa. This reading is insane because it's universal, it's timeless, and it's on a love frequency. But let's see, what is celestite? A blue-gray celestite. Oh, blue-gray celestite is a delicate sulfate mineral with airy, buoyant blue. I was like, hey, Concha, how do I pronounce this word? But blue cotton candy vibes. It gets its name from the Latin word for heaven. Ooh, and seven, heaven. I'm not sure if I said that earlier, but I was definitely thinking about it. And celestite, right? Like celestial beings. That also helps us connect with, our spiritual team. And if you close your eyes and ask nicely, maybe it will take you there. Ooh, wow, guys, it'll take you to heaven. But it's also a reminder, guys, we need to create our heaven on earth, Once we know that there's universal love, it's like we don't have to go out there seeking, external validation, confirmation, love, and all of that. It's like, can we create our own heaven? And ultimately, it's going to that place. I mean, even looking at how, they've got heaven in inverted commas, because you create your own heaven. It's like your abundance. It's like your creation. It's like your joy, your happiness. Everyone has their own version of what that is. So again, I think it's putting that in a sense of like, evaluate what you view as heaven, Yo, throat got scratchy, arm got itchy. Guys, it's time to take responsibility, man, and actually create our own heaven. The throat chakra is not only about speaking and listening, but it's also speaking to, taking responsibility. And with my arms, itching here, confirmation burp. Oh, again, Togozani, side to side, we're balancing this thing out. I'm thinking about how, if you stretch out your arms and your arms are in alignment with your heart chakra. And the third one, goodness gracious. The heart chakra being just beneath the throat chakra. It's like we are gonna pour from our heart, right? We're gonna speak from our hearts. And that's actually what's gonna help us tune in, help us tap in, and help us ultimately bring our heaven into reality. It's like we're grounding this thing, with this Gaia energy, we're making it real. Wow. This reading is insane. Yo, thank you for choosing me for this message. But yeah, let's keep going. So who needs celestite? Anyone brazenly ignoring the consistent inner voice that actually has some good ideas for how you might better handle this whole life thing. Whoa, were we not speaking to the ideas and, creations with the conception? And then also with the inner voice, we were speaking earlier about how, you can listen as long as you are willing. Whoa, this is coming together very, very beautifully. I'm not going to belabor that point. If you want to catch that, you got to go back, gang. But again, we stacking this up. There's so many layers. I think this reading is going to apply to so many people in so many different ways. I'm even getting something about like, when sometimes you like see something on your feed and you watch it the first time and you catch one thing, and then you're going to watch it another time, you're going to catch something else. I feel like you need to save this and return to this at like a later date, maybe like with that 3 to 7 period time that I was saying. So maybe 3 months from now or 7 months from now, you are also going to come back to this reading and realize like, oh snap, actually there's something else in this message for me that I didn't catch the first time. So, I'm getting something like a prophetic message right now. Please note this down. 3 weeks from now, 7 weeks from now, it could also be 3 months from now or 7 months from now. Whenever you get this reading, note down that date, that exact date. So 3 months from the day, 7 months from the day, or it could also be weeks. For some people, it might even be days. And for a very rare few, it might actually be hours. But I'm getting for this large collective that's coming through, it's actually in months. Definitely in months. Or it could even be a time period between 3 to 7 months where you're going to start witnessing a shift or a change of some kind. Whoa, man. And it feels like, yo, the masculine is really like confirming this thing like, yes. It's like it's being cemented. It's being like a stake in the ground, it's like it's being confirmed right there for sure. Very powerful. Thank you, gang. Woo! Yeah, ne? This whole life thing. We handling, man. We handling. And thankfully, we don't have to do it alone. We can always call on our guides whenever we need them. I'm just remembering a message that I read in the same book here with the angel numbers that like, whenever we need a support, whenever we need and needed, even in the past, sometimes we didn't even ask for it, but it was made available to us because it's universal. It's always there. So again, where to put celestite? As a calming adornment wherever you meditate or pray. Wow, this is dope. I actually need to get some celestite and put it right here on this table. Spirit's actually telling me to count the number of crystals I have here. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Whoa. 49 if I count the citrine over here. 50 if I count, what is this again? Is this tourmaline or onyx? Ooh, goodness gracious. Oh, 51 if I even count the pendulum, with the starstone. Is this onyx? Okay, wait. Is this onyx? No. Is this tourmaline? No. Is this jet maybe? Oh, wow, gang. I've got jet in my ring. I didn't even know that. Whoa, that's interesting. Whoa, man. Whoa. That's crazy. Like, for real? No, it's not jet. But okay, you made me mention the jet. So wait, it's close to that. Air green. Oh, wow. Whoa, you know what? I think me and this ring are gonna go on a journey, but air green. Okay, now you're giving me like a good response again. But whoa, man. Whoa. Oh, is it like What is that? Feldspar? Huh? No. I'm thinking about Agreen and Feldspar, which is something I have, but that's further down there. But anyways, whoa, okay, I'm going on a sidetrack right now. I'm just thinking about all these black stones. But yeah, black stones speak to protection, and I think that's why I also had to slow down for a second. Like the energy just like kind of pulled me out for a little bit. Whoa, man, I felt like I was in like a little capsule or a little chamber. Whoa. 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 Whoa, man, that felt so crazy. Goodness gracious. Whew. Okay, but yeah, something about the number 51, and we're gonna get back into it. Let's see. All right, so when to use Celestite? Let me take a sip of my tea. When it's time to stop and really listen. Oh, that's what you guys wanted me to do. To stop and listen. I see. And again, you only get louder when we stop and listen, right? With Celestite as a guide, you might be surprised with what you hear. Whoa, this is so crazy. This is so crazy. Thank you for confirming that that's what I need right now. Thank you for confirming that's what I need right now, man. Whoa, I need to get me a Celestite, gang. Add it right here to the table. Wow, this energy is coming down, honestly. It's like they were talking and talking and talking and talking. And now it's like, yo, just listen. We got you protected. We got you covered. I actually want to give you something about protection. And that's why we had to draw your attention to the dark stone right now, man. And the eyes. I'm even seeing how this has a black surrounding on the heart. And also with this one being an eye, and it's also black in the eye, and it's like, whoa, man. Yeah, there's something about your eyes, gang. There's something about your eyes, like, yeah, let's listen to this. There's something about this. It's coming through like your eyes are your protection. Your eyes are, wow, it's like there's a gift in your eyes. There's something being awakened in your eyes. People sometimes don't even look into your eyes because they feel like you are piercing like right into them. There's something about your eyes that will help you determine and discern as well the true intentions of others, whether they are positive or negative. There's also, the eyes of all seeing eyes. It's like this third eye activation is like removing the darkness. And it's like your eyes are now ultimately your protection. I'm also getting a Hamsa. I'm also getting, the all-seeing eye on like the pyramid. But there's just something about the eyes and also like projecting as well. So it helps you like see through the projection. Wow. Wow, I'm feeling all these shivers around me right now. Whoa, man, Spirit had to bring that message through in that way. But yeah, they're just saying, whoever's listening to this, guys, just also look at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself, look into your own eyes. And that's actually also what's going to help strengthen this gift. Something is being unlocked in your eyes, gang. Take care of your eyes. Take care of your eyes. I'm even seeing something about like cleaning your eyes as well. You might even be thinking about putting like some spice into your eyes. I'm getting something about like maybe a pepper. I don't know if cayenne pepper cleans eyes. Maybe taking it in, or maybe getting it blown into your eyes. But it looks like it's a red, brown kind of a pepper. I'm even seeing like cinnamon or something like that. But there's some kind of spice that cleans eyes. I don't know what it is. I think this is also a message that's coming through that I need to download and like, go into it. I'm even seeing like steam. So it's like maybe you're going to put it into steam or boil it up or something, and then, look at this thing, and it's going to come into your eyes and it's going to clean your eyes so that your eyes can be clear and see through like this darkness, through this veil for some reason. Wow. Wow. Yeah, let's just jump to this card because Spirit's leading me to this. And it's actually telling me that, wow, doesn't this look like an eye? Whoa. And look at this being the veil, being the, the border, looking at the bound. Oh, Spirit's cooking up today. Look at that darkness around that, right? And it's like something has been cast over our eyes, and it's like we are now at a point where, because of those layers, that integration we've done behind, and we're seeing through the love, and we've taken these messages from, our heart and, our sacral, we've balanced these chakras. We are now looking at this structure. I'm also looking at this as like, with it being like red, I'm thinking about safety, security. It's almost like there's something that was being shielded from us because we weren't actually ready to see it for what it actually truly is, or for what it its full embodiment, its full capacity. But now our eyes are gonna go beyond it, and it's like being illuminated from the center. Going to the iris, because we connected to source, because we connected to our creation. The more we create, the more we are going to see. The more we are going to connect to who we be. I mean, these look like, constellations within themselves. It's like the eyes are the window to the soul type of a thing. You have, like, was I not just saying, gang, that you have eyes that pierce into people's souls? But there's something about, again, you seeing something within your own soul that is being revealed right now. And that comes from you having spent this, this time in mind, body, and spirit, being this connection point between all of these things happening together. Being the one who balanced the masculine and the feminine. Whoa, this is crazy. This is crazy. We're going through changes, gang. Let's integrate. Let's celebrate as well, because, we have so much reason to be happy right now. Whoa, this is so powerful, man. This is so powerful. Thank you, Spirit. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, right? Because now we're seeing things differently. I'm also getting how with all these colors, it's like, the rainbow and a spectrum. It's like being only able to see a certain spectrum of colors, and then being able to see more now. I'm even thinking about it in the sense of like, like I was saying, it's a gift. Maybe that's what the gift is. You're going to be able to see more. You experience more. Whoa, man, you're going to travel. Like, were we not just getting that over here? I'm getting something again about astral travel. It might also be physical travel. I'm seeing like the 8 of Wands in my mind's eye. You're going to be booking flights. You're going to be, I'm even seeing the 8 of Cups right now, on trains, even the Chariot card, like different modes of transport right now. I'm even seeing the 6 of Swords in a boat. Like, whoa, bro, like gods, goddesses. Hey, there's a lot of movement happening right now, and it's all because you've integrated your visions. You saw yourself, your mind, body, and your spirit, and now this great change is taking place. This veil is being lifted. And I'm seeing it as like, coming through in different phases or stages. And again, I'm being reminded about that change about, 3 to 7 weeks or months. And that's actually how it's actually going to take place. You're going to see it. Your senses are going to be engaged. Look at this. These are 2 eyes, and these are 2 eyes because they are eyes that are coming together. You guys are going to see this path together and go in tandem. Your spirit guides, your spirit team, you and your divine partner, Your masculine and your feminine balanced, moving together. Whoa. As one. As one. Let's read this one more time, man. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward. Yes, as above, so below, as within, so without, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Wow. I'm seeing an emperor and an empress right now in my mind's eye. And then, of course, we're thinking about the birth of the new. I mean, this card is so beautiful. It just like consolidates all of these cards together as well. Wow. I'm getting something about the masculine having a chance to really like stand up right now and be fully supported by the feminine as well. You know, to get out of the mind, out of the questioning, out of the doubt, out of the, you know, the outward, the without, and knowing that it's all here, it's all within. Because we're going to see through this darkness, see through this veil. Whoa, man. Whoa, that's crazy. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, man, I'm thinking Whoa by Snow Allegra, but also Whoa, 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 Whoa. The song by Young Thug. But anyways, look at this. We got the Divine Feminine. Let me just read this message, man. The Divine Feminine's out here in the background supporting the change, right? Whoa, man, how crazy to look at it that way. And did I not just say that? Are we cooking today? I know we're in the kitchen, bro. The alchemy kitchen for sure. Man, we turning this love into so many beautiful things, you know, this transmutation. The frequency of the Divine Feminine supports 333, the receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us connect to the intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. Whoa! Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Look at this. Look at this. 2112 33. Oh, guys. Whoa, I'm hype. I'm hype. What? This is crazy. This is crazy. This is insane, guys. Whoa. Yo, man, the energy coming from this deck. Wow. I'm so glad that I'm at this place to be able to feel this. This deck is an activation for real, for same, for CC, like for no, for grow, for flow, like, you know, I'm just getting things going in tandem. That's why I'm saying these things in like 2 times, you know what I mean? Oh, man, 2 on the sides, 1 coming through in the middle. Guys, it's like, you know, coming through as 33 right now. And whoa, this is so powerful. Look at this. How you see we had like these constellations or these stars, like, you know, still like kind of forming and coming together. And over here we have them in all 4 corners. And we were just saying the Divine Feminine is supporting us right now, gang. Whoa. And it comes into blossom, comes into bloom. You know, I'm thinking about how this is pink as well. I'm thinking rose quartz. Don't forget, we're talking about crystals today as well. Yo, the guys are coming through, bruh. Wow. Okay, one more. Let's see. Soul time. And we're getting, I was just speaking about the number 4. Ooh, and did I not just say that there's an integration taking place? Soul time. I was also thinking soulmate. Look at those 8s there. Look at those 8s there. Kind of also looks like a seed. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge. That's what's happening here with this change. One that embraces the concept that what the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. Infinite. It's universal. And it's Gaia because it will return back to the earth. Oh, wow, man. I could just keep going, honestly. I could just keep going. Okay, you want to be seen? You want to be on top? All right, gang, it's all good. I'm going to leave you right there. I mean, you know, again, we're going to repeat. We're going to rewind this thing if we need to. I know we're cooking today. Wow. Okay, let's read these together. Aquamarine and Moldavite. Oh, that's why we've got 2, because, you know, we balanced. Thank you so much, guys. This is like the union, you know? And like they came together in the same colors as well, both with the green. Well, different shades of green. So it's like, you know, we're forming this thing. I love this. Aquamarine is a fancy type of blue beryl, and it's a powerful coolant for the head and the heart. Moldavite is a glossy pale to dark green tektite. Ooh, tektite is also another black crystal that's also for protection. Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're seeing this thing, you know? Thank you. Okay, where was I? Yes, Moldavite is a glossy pale to dark green tektite formed by a meteorite, that one too, impacted around 15 million years ago in what is now Germany. It's trippy AF and it's expensive. Oh, tell me about it. That's true. Moldavite is hella expensive. I mean, I used to work at a crystal shop for like a couple of months. You know, Spirit called me to do that. I should actually tell you guys that story. Maybe another day, another time. But anyways, when I was working there, like people would come in and ask for Moldavite, and as soon as they saw that it was like quite pricey, yeah, they would, you know, kind of think twice about buying it. But I must tell you this now. And it's something I've also oh, let me take a sip of this tea. Oh, we're getting the tea today, gang. But if Spirit leads you to doing something, even if it seems like it's something like exorbitant, like, you know, buying Moldavite, guys, go for it. Go for it. There's a greater reason and purpose to what is actually happening. And again, because of the spiritual support that's coming through, it's like Moldavite might just be the crystal that you need to like attract that frequency in. And the moment you allow it in, then you are going to like, you know, start to hone in and tune into that frequency wherever you keep it. In fact, when must we use Moldavite? When you feel too grounded or disconnected from spirit. Moldavite is all about operating at a higher frequency. When you are looking for more wow and whoa, whoa, whoa. Did we not just say that? Whoa. And do I not just say wow? Oh, Spirit, thank you for confirming. The boy needs celestite. The boy needs Moldavite. And you know, these crystals with an ite can be like soluble under water as well. Ooh, guys, you know what? Today is a lesson. It's a teaching. It's a revealing. Yo, there's so much in this reading. It is jam-packed. Whoa, you might need to even like make sure you're listening to this reading sitting down, because whoa, man, there's just a lot going on over here. Okay, let's read. When do we need aquamarine? When you've lost your voice, when it's time to let go, but also when it's past time to let go. Hey guys, let's release, man. Or when you're feeling a little too en fuego for polite company. Oh, you're on fire, you know, you got that heat. Ice yourself down with aquamarine's cold shower vibes. Yeah, man, you know, just bring in that water. Wow! And did I not just say the crystals with ice and water? Guys, what's going on? What's going on? G on a beat, man. Ooh, I'm so excited for you guys to hear that song one of these days. Oh, by the way, I got a new song out on Spotify. It's called, well, all the platforms really. It's called To the Galaxy. Go check it out. Go check it out. You know, and even in that one, it's from Space Ranger, and we're talking about balancing peace and anger. So, you know, we got two things over here. We got the masculine, the feminine. We got the balance. We got the 2, the 1, the 3. Like, come on, man. Come on. Wow. And now they're even coming around the other way, because it's like, you know, whichever way you look at it, it is what it is. But again, who needs Moldavite? Spiritual seekers, extraterrestrials trapped in human bodies, ayahuasca enthusiasts, and Aquarians. We were just speaking earlier about being star seeds and, you know, connecting to our journey, our spirit as well, mind, body, spirit. And again, we were speaking about how we're not from here, you know, and we're having these human experiences. I think that connects very nicely. So yeah, Moldavite is powerful. Aquamarine is needed by those who run hot, fire signs, anybody hanging onto an unspoken burning desire. Ooh, that creation, that fertile energy is coming through right now, you know. You know, I'm thinking in my case, it's like the project, you know. Of course, it's timeless. So actually, Space Ranger's already released. But to some people who might catch this early, Space Ranger's not released yet. So Like, you can go out there and listen to this thing and realize that even the downloads that we have, because they have already manifested within us, they already exist, even if they haven't manifested physically. So even though we don't have our true love, even though we don't have our dream job, even though we don't have our dream cars, our dream homes yet, they already exist. And were we not speaking earlier that we don't have to do anything? The love is already there. Wow, this reading is so powerful. Okay, where do we put aquamarine? Whether you need to turn that whisper into a primal scream, or if that's a little overly dramatic, wherever you want to speak clearly and calmly from the heart. Wow, man. Where do we need to put Moldavite? In the middle of your forehead during meditation, altars, and alien landing sites. Well, you know what? An alien has definitely landed on this table. So Moldavite, you coming through. Celestite, you coming through. We're going to add you to this team over here of, did I say 51 crystals? That's insane. I didn't even think about that. Yo. Yo, that's a lot, gang. That's a lot. That's a lot. Whoa, that's a lot. Hey, and that song by G-Eazy. Wow, man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Spirit saying, come, one more crystal. Let's see what we got. Lemurian quartz. Lemurian quartz is identifiable by its blushing hue and ladder-like horizontal grooves that climb up its face. Its name is a shout out to Lemuria. Ooh, this is also like those way back in the day, like places, you know. Oh man, guys, what's going on? A fabled lost continent whose highly evolved inhabitants, some far out folks insist, now live under Mount Shasta in California. And we were also getting something about Colorado. Where's that? The Amazonite. It's like everything's bringing us back to the love, bringing us back to spirit, because we are souls. We are spirit. Who needs it? Anyone in need of a vacation from their thoughts. Yeah, right? If you need to leave the forest of the mind, the Amazon, the jungle of the mind, Lemurian quartz, powerful. Way to put it, Lemurians are like wands. Point them at body parts, friends, and other crystals that need more juice. Ooh, it's giving, like, of course, quartz, like, you know, just in general, like, you know, boosts and boots also, like, okay, it's coming through as two things, like, you know, positive energy and also like raises the vibration of other ones. But this is being a Lemurian quartz. I'm getting that this is quite directed. Actually, it's very much focused as well, because like a wand is like, you know, with wizards, magicians, it's like directed, it's very focused. So it looks like Lemurian quartz is like very good. I mean, over here I've even got Faden quartz as well. So there's different types of quartz, which I think is powerful. I was also thinking about, you know, how Gaia forms crystals and everything. So I'm just loving how this is coming through as well, and connecting this whole reading about, you know, us being ancient beings from like past civilizations, but then also how, you know, the same crystals can form in different places and have different properties, qualities, you know, even though they are of the same essence, you know, different types of quartz in different places and spaces. I mean, even citrine, right, is a type of quartz. Even amethyst is a type of quartz. So, yo, man, quartz all over, man. Quartz all over. I'm thinking about somebody at a bar and, you know, buying quarts of beer. You know, rounds on me. Oh, man, this is a celebration, like we said. Where to put it? Okay, no, we just read that already. Okay, but gotta read it again. Lemurians are like wands. Point them at body parts, friends, and other crystals that need more juice. So I think this, oh, that's why you're saying I must read it again. So I think this is a call to review, like maybe parts of ourselves, the body that we need to heal, you know, us, our friends, and then also, you know, our crystals, the energies that we're trying to embody. It's like if you're trying to, let's say, manifest love, and then you could actually get like a rose quartz and a Lemurian quartz together, And here we go, rose quartz, they're asking me to bring it into view. It's like we could actually like keep them together and direct more loving energies into our place, into our space. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, and then again, if you need more juice, if you need more juice, come to Roots Holistic. Come to Roots Holistic, man. Come get a reading, come get a consultation, come get some uplifting words of encouragement. And when to use it. Whenever someone or something you love needs a zap, wand of healing energy, awaken your inner wizard, your wizard Harry, or witch, and cast a spell with Lemurian quartz. And we were speaking about spelling earlier on. And we're gonna cast a spell of love, of light, of all things bright. Wow, what a beautiful way to end this reading. Well, not end, it feels like pause, and then more will come up in the next days, times, ways, lays of land, the sand, the sky. Like, we don't ever have to ask why. We just have to keep going. We just try. In fact, there's no try, there's do. That's what Yoda told you. Oh, the boy got a rhyme. Guys, thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the light. And together we take flight. Peace and love, gang. Yay, yay. Oneness, oneness, oneness.